Hello and welcome to another episode of the Organic Adventure Show. I am your host, Cy Rodriguez, and today I just wanted to share a little story with you about my recent caffeine adventures. So, I gave up caffeine for 30 days, and that ended up being longer than 30 days because I didn't feel like having any caffeine for several days after I had finished. And then it was more the idea that I had a little bit of yerba mate tea that was in my cupboard, just enough to make tea for a day. And I thought, oh, I'm going to have some of this tea. And that's usually what happens. Maybe a lesson that can be learned from having things in your cupboard is it makes it just that much easier when you think about it someday to say, oh, well, hey, might as well have some. And so I had some and I felt great. I had a great day and I ended up staying up so late, and it wasn't even wasted time. I was looking up names for possible websites, and I had a great time. I was ecstatic pretty much. I felt like complete bliss. The only problem is that I stayed up so late, and I had set my new times for getting up in the morning, and it just made me feel that like I lost that much more sleep the next day when I got up. And of course I didn't have a very restful sleep, and I think my adrenal glands overworked, and so I paid the price and I enjoyed the experience. And that wouldn't be too bad of an experience, but a couple days later I decided, okay, I'm going to go buy a little bag of this yerba mate tea. Well, that yerba mate tea lasted me for several days, and I drank it every day. And I didn't just drink it every day, I drink it how I usually drink tea, and that's that I make about a quart of tea or something like that, and drink all of it by myself. And that's probably not what a lot of people do, but that's the way that I usually do the things that I like, and I pay probably a bigger price for it. But I enjoyed the experience up to maybe the second day. By the third day, I was drinking it and thinking to myself, I'm not even sure if I want to have this tea anymore. And by the last day I drank it. I drank it in spite of the fact that I didn't even feel good. Was unrested. My nerves were pretty much overstimulated, and I hadn't rested good in a few days. So I think it was on Sunday that I finished with that tea, and I haven't had any since. And it doesn't mean that I'll never have it again. It just means that there's a price to pay when you do something that you know is not in your absolute best interest. And if you're willing to pay that price and take the consequences, then hey, that's your prerogative, and I'm not going to get on your case about it. I just have to say that I've learned these lessons before, and it's maybe a good reason to have challenges for yourself every once in a while where you just get a good amount of time away from those things, and then you really have a chance to get that space between you and that thing and maybe not even go back to it. And I've done that with different things over time, and it's helped me a lot. And there are some things that I just never returned to, and some things that I returned to years later only to find out that I didn't enjoy them at all anymore. So that's the story. If you're willing to pay the price, you can do whatever you want to do. Thank you so much for watching the show today, and may every day be an adventure in health.